Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Infinite Hope Fridays, Good News Fridays, as I like to call it too. Um, yeah, just chilling here with my coffee. Tried to make the stream a little bit earlier tonight because I know a lot, lot going on Friday nights. So, yeah, see what's going on with that. Drink some coffee with you all, hang out with you all, talk about good positive vibes. Mental health is important. I was just having that discussion with one of our community members who's decided to take a little bit of a break from Twitter, which is totally understandable because Twitter is a cesspool. I mean, it kind of sucks. Twitter kind of sucks. There's always negative stuff on there. Like every time I go on there, I'm like, you guys remember when Twitter and social media used to be like people just sharing like cat videos and dog videos and stuff like that? Like I miss those days sometimes. I'm like, I just want some good, wholesome cat and dog videos. Is that too much to ask? So that's what I used to use social media for, but and memes and stuff, just like funny stuff. And then everything all of a sudden turned political. I mean, I don't love politics, but I do talk politics. I talk politics on Wednesdays with my good friend John Talks, who is my YouTube mentor. He's my sensei, and we have a show on his channel called Infinite Talk, where we talk about all that kind of stuff. We talk about the weird political arena that's going on right now. But I always promote this show on that channel because I'm like, well, once we depress you here, there, come to my channel on Fridays and get your dose of good news because you need to balance that stuff out. You always need to find balance, as Cobra Kai says. You got to find balance, right? Well, not Cobra Kai, but Mr. Miyagi. You gotta find some balance in your life. It's all about balance. I know my good friend Darren's in the chat. Hello, Darren. Big supporter of my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. He also says, hope you're doing well and recovered from the Army story. I did a live stream about what was going on with Army Hammer a couple of days ago. And I don't even want to go into it. So if you guys want to check that out, yeah, Stieg and I did a live stream about that, and that stuff was very disturbing. So I'm not quite recovered yet because I went into it even more like yesterday, like last night, and I was like just like reading the updates, and I was like, this is unreal. But I'm not getting into that. If you guys want to check out what all that is about, check out the other live stream. The rabbit hole it goes deep. Hi, Adriana. Hello. Thank you for being here. I'm so happy to see you. I appreciate that you're here and supporting me. Thank you so much. The Grifters here. Hi. Just barbecuing over there. Wow, that's great. I love barbecue. Barbecue is great. I love it. Adriana says, I deactivated my Facebook account and I'm actually contemplating closing it. Yeah, I haven't used Facebook in like, I can't even remember the last time I went on there. I think I went on there the other day just because I forget what I went on there for. I went to get like an old photo or something because like how we used to like always upload photos on Facebook. Like a lot of my old photos were on there. And first of all, I had like totally changed. And I was like, this is like, I feel like a boomer because I have no idea. Like, I'm like, where are my freaking photos? I couldn't even find the thing on my profile. I had to I was just so frustrated. I was like, what the hell? It doesn't even look like Facebook anymore. And then, yeah, and then everybody's on there is like, it's all politics. It's all like, and it's not even good politics. Like there's no healthy discussion going on. It's just just continuous like bashing each other over the head. And I'm like, I'm just not interested in any of this anymore. Just divide. It's all divide. And that's why I do this show. That's why this show is so important to me, because I want to create a community with people who love to balance things out. Like it's good to have healthy discussions about what's going on outside. Obviously, we don't want to, make a bubble and like just like, stick our head in the sand. But we also want to balance it out with positivity, because there is good things going on. Humans are good. They are good natured, and we do things that aren't always shown to us, because like the media and stuff wants to focus on the negative things. So it's important that we point out the positive. And I have a lot of good stories today. I'm excited to share with you guys. Kamran Pasha, hi Kamran, salam. Thank you for coming. I'm so excited to see you here. It's been a while, man. I love you. I love all the stuff you do. You're great. Thank you. I'm so happy that you're here. Latino Slant, hi. I'm gonna get into it right now. Okay. You know what? I talked about animal videos and stuff earlier, and I found two different kinds of animal videos that are like kind of correlated, because, as everybody knows, it's winter right now and most lakes are frozen over. So it's kind of dangerous for animals with all the frozen lakes and stuff. So there was this guy, and it says this news came out that says, watch fishermen risk walking on frozen lake to rescue exhausted baby deer. So this guy risked his own life to go out on a frozen lake and rescue a baby deer. You know what? I didn't share audio. Let me just, because there's a video on here. So let me make sure I'm sharing my audio, because then we'll watch the video as well. The article reads, two men out on a winter's fishing day when they happened on a frantic baby deer that was trapped on a frozen lake. From there, a daring ice rescue began. Branson Johnson and his friend saw the fawn trying and failing to stand up on a slippery surface of Utah's oh my God, I can read. Pangutich. I swear, people come here just to see me pronounce words that I can't pronounce. Pangutich Lake. Jackson said to his pal, dude, that's a deer. We got to save it, of course. The pair told 2KUTV that they began carefully making their way over to the thin ice. At one point, Jackson's friend's boot went through a crack. That was a shock to the nerves, but they decided they couldn't just let the young mule deer sit there. When they finally reached the fawn, Jackson told 2KUTV, I picked it up and it was super calm, super docile. Like, I kind of understood, okay, these guys are going to try and help me. Oh, that's so cute. There he is. Okay, here, we're going to watch the video. It just says, then the ice began to come apart under the weight of the trio. They hurried for the shore and the deer in Jackson's arms, while the little fawn had trouble standing and walking on the rocky ground initially. What happened next is beautiful. So here we go. Let's watch this.
Well, on today's adventure, we're going to try to help this little fawn
struggling,
stuck on the ice. We're out here rescuing cute little fawns on about an inch or two of ice. Poor little guy was stuck out there a little ways. Oh,
they tripping.
Get the release.
Oh, look, he's just chilling. He's like, oh, thank you, sir, for helping me out. Bye-bye. Oh, bye, little fawn. Oh my God, look at him run. That looked funny. Oh, he's like, what's happening? It's like, when you that happened to me too, actually, when I went scuba diving and you come back out on the shore and you're like, oh, like you can't quite get your footing. It also happens when you're on a boat. But that was funny. That was entertaining to me. That was funny. Adriana says it's full of hate now. Yeah, social media is full of hate. Darren says, now, if a rabbit came along, it could have been a Disney reboot, The Water Stiff. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Bone, what's going on? Happy Friday to you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. The grifter says, haha, that was cool. Yeah, I know, right? Cool, as in ice cool. And the funny part is that wasn't the only ice story. There was another one that I thought was also really cool because it just shows that humans can be kind and good, and we don't just care about ourselves. Surprisingly, uh, and this is the other one, similar, but this time a jogger smashes ice to rescue dog, then continues on his run. This guy, a runner jumped into a frozen lake in Pontefract, England, to save a drowning dog. I can't see it because of the stupid social media. Okay, there we go. To save a drowning dog before carrying on with his run. That's insane. Bystander Paula Town posted a footage of a rescue online, saying, "What a hero! This complete stranger rescued this family's dog when it got into trouble into Pontefract Park." And there's a video of it. We're going to watch that in a second. When we got to the lake, I could see that the dog is in water. It was trying to get into the ice, but kept falling, or get onto the ice, but kept falling back in. Town told the local news outlet, "I felt panic-stricken and scoured the side of the lake for a life buoy, but couldn't find one." Darcy Powell, 31, was out on the run when a friend, when he spotted the commotion. As an experienced cold water swimmer, Pell didn't hesitate to enter the freezing water and help the stranded dog swim back to shore. Pell has been hailed a hero by many who have watched the video. Not a hero, just a dog in need. Pell wrote on Facebook. Luckily, I swim in the cold, icy water as a hobby and know the risks it can cause. Carried on my run after, so no big deal. Oh my God, yeah. Well, I mean, that's not a bad idea because you want to get your temperature up. So you just you go and you get your core temp up. Probably is a good idea. Was given a jacket by my buddy. Obviously, wouldn't recommend people doing the same. Just glad the dog was happy to carry on its walk after. Wow. Okay, so let's watch this video. This was cool too. Oh my God, look, there's the doggy. See, this is hopeful news because we know it ends well. But he's just like, I mean, that's insane because I would want to do that, but I don't know if I could because I would die. I think that's just too damn cold.
Oh my.
That's why this guy's a hero, because everybody else would be like, no, man. No. Oh, the doggy. Oh, look at this guy with his shorts on.
Hey.
I mean, it looks pretty freaking cold over there, and this guy's got shorts on. I mean, some people, like, they can really handle the cold. I cannot handle the cold. I'm not a cold person. But yay! He rescued the doggy. Oh, look at.
Hey.
Oh my goodness. Well, there's a lesson to be had here as well. People who live near icy lakes, please keep your dogs on a leash. They're gonna run out into the ice, and things can go wrong. That's never a good thing. So yeah, we gotta learn. Vertical Horizons, hello, nonchalant jogger, the hero. Yep, that's about right. Hi, Angelus. Hi, good to see you. We have Angelus in the house. There's Kai. Hi, Kai. Good to see you. Kai always sends me articles. He sent me a really cool article earlier today. It's a scientific one. We're going to probably get to it near the end of the show because I have a lot of other stuff to cover, but I'm super excited to read it because it's about sciencey stuff that I love. It's called... it's like a new physicists find a new state of matter one-dimensional quantum gas. We're going to read all about that later. It's going to be fun. You're going to see me stumble upon freaking scientific words that I can never pronounce. And I'm going to be like, huh? But, it's good. It's good. Bone says, hail, Angelus and Kai. Yeah, everybody. Hello. Hello. Mega Mag is here. Hi. Yeah, it can't go wrong with happy animal videos. You really can't. You really can't. We need more of those. Mispronounce. I like your name. Says, hi, peeps. Good God, nice man. I did the same with my with one of my own dogs. Saved him from drowning in an iced river. Was about to go under a flow. Wow. That's insane. I mean, like when it's your own dog, like it's a family member, so you'll jump in. Like I would jump in if it was my own dog too, because it's a family, it's a family member. But it's like, I just like it's hard though when it's like a stranger's dog. I mean, I probably would do it. Because that's me. Who am I kidding? I would jump in even if I had a bikini on and freaking ice. Though I don't know if that would ever happen to me because I'm so cold all the time. I can't understand people who wear shorts in cold weather because I'm like, I'm cold. Like I'm freezing. So those people like are already aliens to me. I don't really know how that works. Hello, Theme Park Casual. Hello. Thank you for being here. Very, very nice to see you here. Thank you. I hope you enjoy this great day and all the good news that I have to share with you. Now, let's go to some human news. Like non-animal related news. This, as we all know, like I'm not a big fan. I mean, I'm not a big fan of doctors in general because I feel like doctors are they've got a bad rep in my book, like I just generally speaking, I'm just not a fan of going to the doctor. It's hard to go to the doctor for me. And it's never fun when you get diagnosed with something really bad, like, let's say cancer or something like that. And it's just like, it's one of those things. And, you have to spend all this time at the doctors and there's all these expenses. But then I came across this article and I was like, what? This guy is a hero. This guy's amazing. He's a good doctor. Good doctors are hard to find. Good doctors are hard to find. And this guy is one of them. Oh, before I go on, hi, Zero Rewind. Hi. Hello. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Bone says I would save a doggo. Yeah, a lot of people would. I think I would too. I would probably die doing it, but it's worth it. So anyways, this doctor here, he's a hero. It says this Arkansas doctor forgave $650,000 in medical bills for cancer patients to kick off 2021. I mean, I feel like I don't even have to read the rest of the article, but I will because you have to. You can't just go off the headline. But just reading that in itself, you're like, wow, because that's a lot of money. If a cancer diagnosis is a patient's worst nightmare, not being able to afford life-saving treatment runs it a close second. So when one oncologist recently forgave all of his patients' outstanding debts, you might say he took bedside manner to a whole new level. Dr. Omar Antique founded the Arkansas Cancer Clinic in 1991. Over the years, countless patients received everything from diagnostics to radiation and chemotherapy at the Pine Bluff facility. In February of 2020, the clinic closed due to staffing shortages. At the time, there was close to $650,000 of outstanding patient debt on the books. Dr. Atik attributed the large sums to the fact that no patient was ever denied treatment, regardless of whether or not they could pay, which is, I think, what every doctor should be like. I mean, I'm not saying like medical should be free, but there should be ways that you can like pay later, or like, you have to work something out with people, because that's what being a doctor is about. You got to heal first, not ask for money first, right? Of course, you got to pay the bills. Like, I get it, but some of the stuff though is like way too much. Not for the lack of health insurance or funds, not for lack of health insurance or funds, nor for any other as Democratic gays. I've always considered it a high honor and privilege to be someone's physicians, more important than anything else. And that's a key thing right there, to like want to help and heal people as a doctor, because that's what doctors are supposed to do. Originally from Pakistan, after completing his fellowship at the New York City's Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, Dr. Atiq accepted a job offer in Kansas. He says that fateful relocation proved to be a life-changing decision. In 2013, Dr. Atiq was named president of the Arkansas Medical Society. 5 years later, he became a chairman-elect of the board of governors of the American College of Physicians. He credited much of his success to being in the right place at the right time. I believe the opportunities that have come my way in part because of where I am, he explained. After the clinic closed last year, Dr. Atiq attempted to settle the debts. He soon realized that many of the folks he treated didn't have the means to pay, especially with so much added financial hardship brought on by the coronavirus pandemic. So with the blessing of his wife, Mahreen, he simply elected to stop asking. My wife and I, as a family, we thought that it looked at forgiving all the debt. He saw that we could do it. We saw that we could do it, and then went ahead and did it, Dr. Atiq told Good Morning America. Christmas week, Dr. Atiq sent out a holiday cards to nearly 200 of his former patients that read, "The Arkansas Cancer Clinic was proud to have you as a patient. Although various health insurance pay most of the bills for the majority of patients, even the deductibles and so pays can be burdensome. The clinic has decided to forego all balance owed to the clinic by its patients. Even though he's no longer treating his patients, Dr. Atiq found one final way to practice some kindness and compassion on their behalf. I just hope that it gave them a little sigh of relief and made it easier for them so that they could face other challenges they may be facing in their lives," which I'm sure most of them are, because, well, they have cancer. Sounds like the perfect prescription for a happy new year to us. And this man, well, what can you say about a guy like that, right? I mean, if you can do, like, if you can do it, if you're able to, you do what you can, and he did, and that's commendable. That's beautiful. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it really touched me that this man was able to do this. Like, what a human being. Wow. Yeah, $650,000. That's a lot of money. Vengeful Horizon says, Dr. Evil is the only doctor I trust. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Dr. Evil. Yeah, he's awesome. I love Dr. Evil too. Yeah, that's a bunch of houses. Yeah. Especially in Mexico, where I am. Yeah, you could buy a bunch of houses here with $650,000. Jay Ice, thumbs up to the doc. That's right. Vertical Horizon says, what's up, doc? What's up to you? Darren says, be very quiet. We're helping cancer patients. Good on the dog. Be very quiet. I guess. Zero Rewind says, I hope he isn't inconveniencing himself by doing this. Yeah, I mean, and best of luck to them. Absolutely. Yeah, because, it's good to give, but you always have to keep a little bit for yourself. Like, I understand that. I understand that all too well, because I used to be one of those people who gave way too much and then ended up feeling empty and drained and like I had nothing left. So I hope so too, because again, it's all about balance, right? So you want to give, and you want to give as much as you like you can, but you have to have some reservations in the tank to keep yourself going, and there are other people that depend on you. But yeah, I hope so. I hope he did. But if he did, and what he did was, from the kindness of his heart, all the power, right? The grifter says, good for him. I stained my back. I stained, probably strained, my back, and the doc told me he wanted to give me a physical therapy, but then workers' comp, because I filled past 14 years. So then the doc told I pretty much had to wait it, tough it out. Ooh. Yeah, see, that's not cool. That's not cool. Mm-mm. No, I'm sorry, but that's not cool. But yeah, you do what you can. There was another good news about somebody who did something similar, but this person wasn't a doctor or anything. This person was just a regular human being. Well, actually, I don't know their job. Maybe they were a doctor. I have no idea. But it was a cool humanitarian story. And I thought it was interesting. It was very interesting to me. Says Miami Cafe starts the new year with a shock after a customer left $2021 tip. That's crazy. Crazy cool, that is. A cafe and juice bar in North Miami Beach started out the new year in shock after a customer left a $2021 tip. Kelly Amar told CNN that her family had been operating the Miami Squeeze for the last year and a half, and the tip meant the world to them. The customer came in on Friday, and her bill was for $71.84. The tip amount, she wrote, computes to a 2,814% tip. It was a regular customer who came in once or twice a week, and this was nothing we were expecting, she said. When we first got the bill, we thought it was $20.21. Amar said, when employees realized it was for $2,021, they went back to the customer to make sure she meant to leave such a big tip. I would too. I'd be like, hey, you sure about this? I think you made a mistake there, We went back to her and asked, are you sure? She said, yes, of course. I'm grateful for you guys, and I want to give back. I want to start the new year out right and give this to you guys, Amar said. And this is the picture of the bill, which again is pretty cool. There it is. That's insane, right? Wow. Yeah, here it is. They posted it on their Instagram, I think. That's insane. Oh no, this was a related article. Sorry, I went to a related article. This was the picture. I'm sorry. It says local restaurant in Cleveland's shocked when a customer leaves $3,000 tip. See, people do this kind of stuff. It's really cool. The tip will be split between the restaurant's 25 staff members as a gift. The owner also shared their gratitude by posting a photo of the bill on the restaurant's Instagram account. We can't even begin to express how thankful and humble we are for our amazing customers who have kept us in business. According to the caption on the Instagram post, even though we are just a small juice bar, we really pride ourselves in taking care of our guests. We're not just in the food business, we're in the people business. Amar, who handles marketing for the business, said she and the employees are very grateful because when the coup hit, the 30-year-old establishment had to let much of its staff go, and it was just the family working to fulfill orders. That's so sad. That's so sad. I hate this thing. I hate this thing that happened. 2020 is over, but over, and 2021 is off to a good start so far, she said. Business at the restaurant is almost back to pre-pandemic levels. That's good news. And the family are planning to open a new location soon. That's even better news. Well, all the power to them. I'm so happy. And this person who left this big giant tip, that's cool. I'm sure that they were able to spare that. That's why they did what they did. That's really freaking cool. I love that. Let me see here what's going on with the chat. 01 says, you may have missed a few decimal points there, Chief. Oh, yeah. Like, whoops. Yeah, is what I would say. Yeah. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Yes, it has been a really hard year for food business, for a lot of businesses, for like gyms, for all sorts of places. I mean, movie theaters. A lot of hardship going on, and to see someone do something like that, like that's amazing. That's amazing. That's what people are. That's what I mean by human kindness. Human kindness has so many levels. And like when you can give, you do, right? And like, we saw the story earlier on with like these people rescuing animals from the ice, like risking their own lives. And then there's people like this who are kind of like giving with money, because money is energy. In our world, money is energy. So you're giving energy to the people that you donate to. And this person was obviously very thankful for that business. And now, like, I don't want to be a grifter here, but like, I have also set up my PayPal account on my tip jar. It's in the description. My Streamlabs supposed to, or Stream Elements or whatever, I tried to set it up, but I don't know if it's going. I don't think it is. I'll try and set it up for next week. But if you are so inclined and you want to tip my channel so that I can keep the lights on and I can keep things going like this, please donate a tip. It would mean the world to me. You don't have to donate a $2,000 tip. I mean, if you want to, I won't be sad about it. But anything you can give, I wholeheartedly appreciate. I want to try and, get a better chair. My back's been hurting. Maybe get like a nice gamer chair or something like that. Get some lights for my studio. Get some more production value. But everything costs money, and like, and I trying to help with the house bills and everything like that. So whatever you guys can give, if you can, I wholeheartedly appreciate. And with that, I'm going to move on. Oh, there's new people here. Like Yeti Cast, hello. And Vigilante Williamson, hello. Thank you for being here. My first thing on YouTube was a positive news show, and I try to include positive stories in podcasts. This is cool. Well, excellent. Yes. Good news all the way, because we need more people to talk about good stuff instead of like all the bad stuff going on. I'm very happy that you do that. And I do this show every Friday. So yes, come here and hang out with us, and let's make a community of like good news people. It would be great. Rascally Rabbit is here. This story is this is a story we need right now. Well, yes, we need more stuff. We need more good news like this, which I have your good news here to cover you. Okay, so the next one was also really cool, and this was amazing because I mean, this is a little kid. This story is about a little kid. He was on my thumbnail for this week's story, because I thought that he did a wonderful thing, and he's so young, and he just needs this story needs to get out. So it says, 8-year-old starts small business, helps his family move from a shed to an apartment. Now this is from November, so it's not from the last week, but it went under my radar until I found it this week. So I was gonna include it because this little boy needs to be heard. I mean, this is really cool. So Fox is covering a CNN story, which I thought was also funny. We all need a good laugh, right? So here we go. So from CNN, whenever Aaron Moreno heard the ice cream truck's familiar jingle, this is Aaron. He's so cute. Look at him with his plants. He looked to his mom for a smile to know if she had enough money for flaming hot Cheetos. But for his mom, who is undocumented, single, and struggling to make ends meet, it wasn't always easy to buy Aaron his favorite snack. Aw, he likes flaming hot Cheetos. Ah, that's so cute. That's what inspired 8-year-old to start selling plants in East Los Angeles. The small project quickly transformed into a business that helped his family of four move from a shed into an apartment. When I lost both my jobs in March because of the coronavirus pandemic, and we had no option to live in a shed, this kid was always asking for hot Cheetos. Bernice Pacheco, Aaron's mom, told CNN, "It's just $3, but when you have kids and you don't have a job, it can make all the difference." It really can. It really can. I know people have been through that. Aaron, who wanted to help his mom and score some snacks, used Pacheco's last $12 to buy succulents. Succulents? Am I pronouncing right? Which he sold the neighbors for a small profit. Initially, he celebrated his success with a trip to the ice cream shop, but he realized a small business could be his family's way out of poverty. He launched Aaron's Garden and invested the remaining proceeds in more plants, which he sold ever since. Our shed was hot and crowded, and I wasn't happy, Aaron told CNN. I started my garden so my mom wouldn't be stressed because I don't like seeing her struggle. Oh, that is one of the saddest and most mature things I've ever read because he's 8 years old. I mean, like, kids are so smart. Every day for months, Aaron and his mom would wake up at 6 a.m. to take the bus to the flower district and search for plants his customers might like. Some days he sold them from his shed, while other days he staged a pop-up shop. After Pacheco posted photos of Aaron's growing business on Instagram, family and friends started coming to show support. Before long, the business went viral, and Aaron received hundreds of requests from people asking if they could buy plants. In July, one of Pacheco's high school friends started a GoFundMe to support Aaron's garden and help the family find stable housing. It's since netted more than $40,000. That's amazing. Before he started this, we really only had things like tuna to eat because we didn't have a kitchen and we could only cook by putting small electric stove on a chair outside, Pacheco said. But then his garden saved us. The money from the GoFundMe and Aaron's garden allowed us to buy a car. We didn't have one for 4 years. On November 1st, the families finally moved into a new apartment where Aaron runs his business from his garage, bringing his sister back from Mexico. The money raised through Aaron's Garden and GoFundMe didn't just move the family into a new home, it reunited them. At one of the pop-up shops, a man donated $1,000, which Aaron used to bring his 10-year-old sister, Eileen Pacheco, home. Before moving into the shed, the family had bounced between homeless and domestic violence shelters. In 2018, Pacheco sent Eileen to live with her family in Mexico due to their financial struggles. The best part of what Aaron has done for us is bringing back his sister, Pacheco said. It was so hard being without her, and we are a whole family again. And I was so happy to see they still had their amazing bond, even if they spent so much time apart. It's just a blessing. And there's actually a photo of the two of them. Look, he brought his sister back through his plant business. Oh, and look, he's a little boy, loves Woody. So cute. Together with their 2-year-old sister, Alani, the family is finally completed and looking forward to what's next. Imagine 4 sleeping in one bed, Pacheco said. I really don't know how we did it. It was the hardest thing to do, to put my children through. As an undocumented person, I didn't have many laws to protect me. When I lost my job, I didn't get a stimulus. I didn't get unemployment. I was on my own, and I would stay up at night trying not to cry to my kids, so my kids wouldn't hear me. I wanted to sleep my life through. But now, Pacheco said, her family is full of hope and ready to start a new chapter. As for Aaron, he doesn't miss a day without buying himself a bag of Flaming Hot Cheetos. And that is wonderful. I mean, what an entrepreneur at 8 years old. I can't wait to see what this guy's gonna do when he's like my age. Like he's probably gonna go far. He's got, I mean, he's got it going on at like 8 years old. Rascally Rabbit says this channel is pretty cool. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I've been working very hard to make it this cool. I appreciate that. Vertical Horizons telling me to get a giant beanbag chair. Beanbag chairs aren't very good for your back. Like they because you like, slant when you sit. And also I would be like literally on the floor. Like, I don't think like, I'd be like, it would be like so low. I'd be like reaching up, trying to like trying to reach the keyboard. Yeah, I don't know if that'll work. Sacrod's here. Hi, Sacrod. Thank you for being here. Zero Rewind says, this kid is tugging at my heartstrings. I know. He tugged at my heartstrings too. I was like, oh my God, like, I can't believe he did that. Like, can you imagine? And he would get up in the mornings and go with his mom, like on a bus and, trudge plants back home so that he can sell it. Like this, he's got grit, this is grit. That's amazing. Vigilante Williamson says, sure, what time? And are you available to stream tomorrow? Me? Oh, you guys are talking in the chat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Let's see. Oh, Zelina's here. Hi, Zelina. He'll be the next CEO of the next Goya. Well, maybe. That's funny. I think he'll definitely be a CEO or something for sure. Zero says, I hope he eats 3 bags of hot Cheetos every day forever. I hope so too, but maybe not that much because it's not good for your health. I had to cut those Cheetos out, man. Those things are addictive. Vigilante says, I wish I had his entrepreneurial mind. Now I'm in my 30s. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. All right, so that was that cool story. I have more. There is more to talk about this week. I went crazy. I found so many cool stories, and I was like, I'm gonna have to talk about all of it. And then Kai sent me more, and I was like, there's just so much material. I mean, I'm fine with it because I love good news. But this, I also thought was really cool. I'm going to have to share my audio on this one because there's video to watch. So this one is a very inspiring story. Says farmer worker turned astronaut Jose Hernandez urges kids not to give up. Next year, Netflix will begin production on a film about Jose Hernandez's life and his journey into space. His life journey into space. I'm going to be watching that for sure. I'm going to be watching that. I really think that this was cool. So let's watch this report together.
Former NASA astronaut Jose Hernandez spent most of his youth working the fields. So many kids are struggling with remote learning, but Hernandez wants them all to know when it comes to their future, the sky's the limit. Jose Hernandez grew up picking fruits and vegetables alongside his family, but knew a dusty farm didn't represent his final frontier.
We spent 9 months in California, 3 months in Mexico. But those 9 months, I went to 3 different school districts.
The family settled in Stockton. Jose couldn't speak English until he was 12, but STEM subjects spoke to him.
I gravitated towards math because 1 + 3 is 4 in any language.
At 10, Jose knew he wanted to be an astronaut, so his dad laid out a 5-part...
That kind of made me laugh the first time I saw that because it made me think of Common Core math because they're changing all that. And I'm like 2 + 2 isn't 4 anymore. It's I don't know, man. Common Core, I don't get it. But anyways.
Art recipe for success. Set a goal and recognize how far away you are from that goal.
The third thing is you got to draw yourself a roadmap from where you know where you're at to where you want to go. And then I thought, what's the fourth?
You know what? That's great advice. That's great advice for anything that you want to do. Like it's something I've done for my YouTube. It's something I'm trying to do for my book that I'm drawing. It's a freaking great advice to draw a roadmap, set your goal, and see how, and plan out how you're going to get there. You're like, this is my end goal. This is how I want to get there. This is what I'm going to do to get here. I mean, implementing it is kind of difficult sometimes and is time consuming, but this is great advice. I'm just going to rewind it a little bit so we can listen again because I just ranted for like 2 minutes.
You got to draw yourself a roadmap from where you know where you're at to where you want to go. And then I told him, what's the fourth? He says, you got to get an education.
The University of the Pacific grad called hard work the fifth ingredient.
NASA rejected me not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 11 times. It wasn't until the 12th time that I finally got selected.
Wow.
2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff of Discovery.
Hernandez would blast off with the crew of the Space Shuttle Discovery in 2009.
It's a ride that even Disneyland would be envious of because you go from 0 to
Wow, I
17,500
bet.
miles an hour in 8.5 minutes.
Jose worked
I want to go to space so bad.
on the International Space Station during the 14-day trip, which covered over 5 million miles.
I wish we had a freaking flyer program.
Yeah, you would have cleaned up.
Exactly.
Hernandez flew around the globe 217 times, but remains
Wow.
a down-to-earth guy who tells kids how to realize their own dreams.
Hard work and perseverance, and of not being afraid to dream big.
And next year, Netflix will begin production on a film about Jose Hernandez's life and unlikely journey into space. Such an inspiration.
He absolutely is. Wow. I mean, that's really cool. That's what a cool story, right? I love it when people just they work through so many things to get what they want, and they do. And they don't let anything like rejection or like whatever stop them from getting what they want. Like this guy got rejected 11 times. How many people would give up after like 1, How many people would give up after 2? They're like, once or 2, 3 strikes you're out kind of thing, right? Like that mentality. No, this guy didn't let it stop him. He just kept applying. He just kept improving himself. He's like, you know what? I'm not going to let this stop me. And he did it. And he did it. And he made his way to space. That was his dream. That's all you can do. Kai says, I hate Common Core. It's so stupid. It is. Common Core is weird. It's weird. I'm not interested. I'm like, what? 01 says, taking the first step is always the hardest. It's true. It's true. Yeah. I think it's like taking the first step is always the hardest. And like right when you're close to finishing it, because it's like right there. And then like I've been guilty of that because like sometimes I procrastinate, like with my book, like I've been procrastinating, and it's like I'm so close to like finishing it, and it's like I just like there's always something that comes up, and then you just procrastinate, and you just like you're like I'll do this and then I'll do that, I'll do this and then I'll do that, and then so it's just the first step, and then almost the final, like the second to last step is always the hardest one, is just like to get to that last bit. I feel like sometimes it's a little difficult too, but you know what? You gotta persevere. Like this guy gave me like, he pumped me up. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this shit. I'm going to do this. I'm going to build my YouTube channel. I'm going to do my book. I'm going to do things. I have goals. I'm gonna accomplish this. If this guy can go into space from being a farmer and like born into that life, you can do anything. You can really do anything. You can really do anything you put your mind to. Memes is here. Hi, Memes. He was like Naruto. Oh, that's funny. Common Pasha says Common Core is meant to dumb down the children. Oh my God, there's an ant on my wall. I have to kill it. I'm sorry, guys. Oh no. Ew. Gross. Get out of here. Why are you here? No. I don't advocate this kind of behavior on my channel. Cameron, I agree with you. Vigilante Williams says Common Core isn't real. It shouldn't be. It's a freaking nightmare. I'm like, this is why our kids are in the state that they're at, because they're dumb. This is why. Freaking Common Core. Mispronounce says, what's the theme of the book? I'm doing a children's book. It's a children's book about separation, like a family, like a child of divorce kind of thing. So it's kind of like heavy in terms of like what the theme is about, but I've done a really nice drawing style. I'm doing all the drawing myself. I'm doing the drawing, the writing, all of it. All of it is me. It's my book. It's my baby. It's based on a true story. It's when a kid asks those hard questions, and I feel like it's an important thing to get out. And there's a lot of parents that are going through something like that, and I think it can help them. So I wonder. I hope that that's what you're asking me about my book. Well, anyways, that's what my book's about. Theme Park Casual says, "Don't tell drunk 3PO. What are we keeping from drunk?" I don't know what's going on. Okay. Bone says, "Ant lives matter." Oh, the ant, because I killed it. Ooh. Well, what is it doing in my office? No, I'm not interested in ants. There's like sometimes I see a spider or something too, and I'm like, I gotta kill it. Like this is not cool. If it was a cockroach, on the other hand, I wouldn't even be here. I'd be gone. Like you would see me just not here anymore. Yeah, that's what happens. Zero Rewind says, "Let us have a moment of silence for a little ant." And Tony. You guys are making me feel really bad about killing that ant. What was it doing here? Stay away from my territory, ants. Damn it. Poor ant just wanted to hear good news, and now he's dead. Oh no. You guys are making me feel bad. Oh my God. Truth Justice says Apex Predator. Oh no. Oh my God. I'm blushing. You guys are so funny. It's a termite. It will terminate your house. I know. Get it out of here. Oh my God, Kamran, you don't even know, man. I have a phobia. Like, you don't even know. I can't even look at a picture. Like, it's like bad. It's like bad. I shouldn't have said that on air, because now people are going to send me that shit all the time. They're annoying. Yeah, they're scary. I hate them. Rascally Rabbit says cockroaches are entertaining. They are not. They're freaking gross. Zero Rewind is trolling me now. Says, "Good job, team. I'm really proud of all of you." Back to the show. I have more things to talk about. Let me just. Here we go. All right. Enough of that. Yeah. Damn it, freaking ants. I have to get that clip from Archer when, like, in the first season, when Archer was good, when his mom's always like, "Do you want ants? That's how you get ants." I always say that to my husband when he like leaves crummies on the counter or something like that. I'm like, "Do you want ants? That's how you get ants." And he has no idea what I'm talking about, because he's never watched Archer, and he should, but he never has. But I'm like, That's how you freaking get ants. And ants can be a problem. They can be a problem. Okay, so more good news. More good news. This isn't just about killing ants on this channel. Here we go. Here we go. We have an actual show to do. Okay, so another GoFundMe. GoFundMe is cool, man. So many people being helped. About a month ago, we actually raised some money through GoFundMe. It wasn't through GoFundMe. It was something else. But we helped one of our community members who was struggling as well. And that was great. It was a great sight. So this article says GoFundMe campaign has raised more than $46,000 for a homeless man who returned an 80-year-old grandma's lost wallet found in a dumpster. That's cool. You wouldn't think that a homeless man would return a wallet because, well, they're homeless and they need all the money they can get. So like they're like short-sighted and they would just like, take the money or whatever. But not this man, not this man. So a local community in the San Francisco Bay Area is raising money for a man who returned a lost wallet belonging to an 80-year-old grandmother. A GoFundMe campaign for Sean Curry has racked up more than $46,000 as of Tuesday. That was a few days ago. Curry is a man experiencing homelessness in Marin County, California. Last month, he found a wallet inside a dumpster by Camson Coffee Shop in San Rafael and returned it to its rightful owner with its contents intact, KPIX reported. The wallet belongs to Evelyn Topper. She had stopped by Camson Coffee on December 9th to pick up a decaf chai latte and a bubble tea to deliver to her 12-year-old granddaughter. After paying for the two beverages, Topper tucked her wallet into her vest pocket, which she forgot to zip up. When she got home, her pocket was empty and the wallet was nowhere to be found, according to the Washington Post. That is one of the worst feelings in the world when you lose your wallet or your keys or whatever, or your phone. Oh my God, it's like such a bad feeling. Evelyn's daughter and granddaughter had started a GoFundMe campaign to help Curry find shelter and to raise money so he can use his construction skills to create a sustainable row of tiny houses for the San Rafael homeless community at large, KPIX reported. So this guy wants to help other people like him. That's amazing. Who knew that returning a wallet to someone I didn't know would turn into something that was going to turn into something that was going to spark, said Curry in a recent YouTube video update. It's gonna spark a new movement to help people help themselves and have a better life. That's amazing. Let's watch that YouTube video update because I'm curious. Let's see here. Let me just turn up my audio here. Share the sound. Oh, wait. There we go.
Here I am. Who knew that returning a wallet to someone I didn't know would turn into something that is going to spark, it could become something really good. I'm just overtaken. I feel very blessed. Somebody up there is watching out for me, and I got to believe that. And I know whomever has donated so far, thank you very, very much. And this money will go to help me, but help others as well. I think it's going to spark a new movement to help people help themselves and have a better life and get rid of homeless. We're going to start it right here in San Rafael, California, because of this young lady and hopefully myself and many others. So thank you. Thank you very much. That's a lot of money. And I'm going to use it wisely.
My goodness, how sweet is that, you guys? Like, I mean, like, it's just one of those things, you know, like sometimes you fall on hard times. Like, not all homeless people are like, you know, drug addicts or like doing like, you know, whatever and, you know, have mental illness and like, you know, end up in the streets because, you know, because of their life choices or whatever. Like, sometimes people fall on hard times. This man is a construction worker, you know, like he's clearly a good man, going through some hard times. And then, you know, he does something good by returning this wallet. And then he gets that karma back immediately. Like, these people helped him out. And like, you know, like that's why I believe in the universe. I believe in the universe and like in how like it brings people together, you know, like that lost wallet was an opportunity, you know. And I believe in infinite like realities, right? So like in one reality, he was short-sighted and he took the money and he just went and bought himself a coffee next door. And who knows where he would be now? He might still be in the streets. And in this reality, he chose to return the wallet. And now, like, you know, he's got this, you know, he had this help. He met those wonderful people. They helped him. And now he might help so many other people, because it's all about branching realities and how whatever decision we make, we create new realities. We branch off new realities, right? So I hope that, you know, like, for example, me doing this show, maybe somehow, some way, if somebody's watching, because you never know who's watching, helps them to make a certain decision that, you know, helps them or helps other people. And that's all that I ask for. Like, that's all that I ask for, is like, that it helps somebody, you know, that needs it. That's why I do this. Oh no, Kai says I couldn't hear them very well. Yeah, the audio was kind of low, but I think it was because they were so far away. Like, they didn't have great audio. I hope you heard a little bit of it. He was just like saying he's thankful and stuff. Vigilante Williams says, I've almost been a homeless a couple of times. Well, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I've been there too. Like, not quite to the homeless thing yet, but very close. And yeah, it was hard. I've gone through hard times too. It's yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And you got to just claw your way back, and you just like look for one chance to kind of do it, you know? There you go. Yeah. Vigilante says, I'm blessed because it was almost, I had a family and was able to bounce back. That's amazing. Like, that's amazing. You know, families got to help, you know, that's what family's all about. Yeah, it was a little muffled. I'm sorry. But yeah, you guys got the gist. He's happy. He's going to help other people. I mean, it's really cool that he has like that skill, the carpentry skill, to be able to help other people. That's amazing. I hope that they help their, you know, community to have less homeless people. Like, that's really cool. Okay, so we have more news. Okay, so let's get into some a little bit of like archaeology news and science news, because as you guys know, I love archaeology. So this was something really cool that happened this week. And, you know, scientists are still doing their thing. So, a newly discovered Indonesian cave painting may be the world's oldest known figurative artwork. That's amazing. Science advances. Scientists have uncovered a pig painting in Indonesia cave that dates back more than 45,000 years, representing perhaps the world's oldest surviving animal depiction and the most ancient known figurative artwork. The cave painting may also provide the earliest evidence for anatomically modern humans on the Indonesian island of Sulawesi, supporting the view that the first populations to settle in Wallacea Island created artistic depictions of animals and narrative scenes as part of their culture. Indonesia has been known to harbor some of the world's oldest surviving cave art, including previously discovered paintings on its largest island, Sulawesi. In 2017 and 2018, Adam Bruman and colleagues discovered two previously unknown depictions of the Sulawesi warty pig, characterized by its facial warts, painted in red or dark purplish mineral pigments in Sulawesi limestone caves. A 136 by 54 centimeter pig painted in the leaning Tedogenge cave appeared to be part of the narrative scene, with two less complete pigs that appeared to be confronting each other. Wow. While four hand stencils superimposed 187 by 110 centimeter pig in the Ling Bill. I cannot say this word. I have one cave, which was accompanied by several other poorly preserved animal paintings. Uranium series isotope dating analysis conducted with a small cave mineral deposits that overlie the images indicate that Liang Tedonggang painting is at least 45,500 years old, and the Liang Belangaji one painting is at least 32,000 years old. While Barum et al. Are unable to definitively determine that the pigs were painted by modern humans, they concluded that this is most likely the case, since other figurative depictions around the world have been exclusively attributed to modern humans. So here we have a couple of the pictures of the caves. How cool would it be to go in these caves and find this? This is so cool. So this is where it is. It's like something from a movie or something. Like they found this mouth of this cave and they go in there, and then like they discover these paintings like thousands of years ago. There was humans there, and they did this. And there's the dated pig painting and Lin Tedeguanga, and that's so cool. There's the butt of the cave, the pig. There it is. There's the pig. That is so cool. So cool. And it looks like a handprint right there. Handprint. Wow. That's so cool, you guys. I love archaeology. Love it. I love it. So much fun. Yes. Mispronounces give with the heart and you will receive. I 100% agree with you. Rascally Rabbit says 45 years ago, were we even a thing? Yeah, definitely. We were definitely a thing 45,000 years ago. Yeah. 01 says, yes, even in ancient times, bacon was worthy of immortalizing. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, for sure. There's also this other cool story, which was, this is more scientific, like new scientific news. And that is, and this was on January 13th. So on January 13th, that marks 3,000 days on Mars for Genius Curiosity rover sees celebration photos on the red planet. So this little robot has been there for 3,000 days now. Tuesday was the 3,000th day or so, during which NASA's Curiosity rover has been trudging about the surface of the red planet. The images the rover beamed back have colored in the dreams of thousands of Star Wars, Star Trek, and John Carter fans, and our understanding of what the closest potentially habitable planet looks like has grown with each photo. They forgot Dune. Just saying. Making landfall on August 6th, 2012, Curiosity proceeded to begin its 6-year ascent up the side of the Mount Sharp, a 3-mile high mountain. Still climbing after all this time, it stopped on November 18, 2020 to use the mass camera and take a series of 122 images over the mission's 2,946th sol. Stitched together, they form a wide-angle shot of Gale Crater, a 96-mile wide bowl, which Mount Sharp sits within. I can't make this picture any bigger. Let me see if I can zoom in. There's that. There's more pictures too, though. That's cool. A press release from NASA describes the geology of the Mount Sharp panorama. The curved rock traces that define the area can form when there are harder and softer layers of rock on a slope. As the softer layers erode, the harder layers form a small cliff, leaving behind a bench, the bench-like formations. Our science team is excited to figure out how they formed and what they mean for the ancient environment within Gale. And Curiosity's builder and managing scientist Ashwin Vasavada of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Southern California is just one of the many discoveries the Curiosity rover has made and will continue to make as it rumbles about millions of miles away from home. And so here's some of the images / graphs. That's so cool. Look at the, whoa. NASA's Curiosity Mars rover spotted this dust devil with one of its navigation cameras around 11:35 a.m. local Mars time on August 9. That's so cool. It's like a little mini tornado thing. It's like a dust tornado. That's really interesting. To celebrate its 3,000th day on Earth, here is a photographic journey of the rover's 6-year climb up the side of the Mount Sharp, all of the while encountering giant sand dunes, fascinating geology, captivating rock formation, dust storms, and more. So here's some of the pictures from Mars. Wow. That's amazing. 2015, a view from Kimberley Formation on Mars, taken on the 580th Martian day or sol of the mission. There's the Martian dunes. There's the more Martian dunes. I mean, it kind of like, it's weird because it kind of looks like Earth in some ways. Like, the Grand Canyon and stuff like this, in some ways, there's like that look of Earth there too, Maybe I'm just applying my own thing to it, but it's not that alien, is it? It's just like a bunch of rocks and I don't know. But it's another planet. It's another planet. The dark band in the lower portion of the Martian scene is part of the Baglone Duals dune field lining the... See, dune. They should have put dunes in this article. Lining the northern west edge of the Mountain Sharp inside Gale Crater. Okay. Oh, okay. I see. Very interesting. Butte M9A, a Murray Uddles. There he is. He's doing his thing. Kind of looks like Wall-E. Or like Johnny Five. This animated image blinks 2 versions of the selfie of the Curiosity Mars rover at a drill temple site called Okoruso. That was it. He did like a little selfie. That's so cute. This dark mound called the Earson Hill rises about. This is the dark mound they're talking about. See, this looks kind of alien because it's weird looking. It's like blue. Earson Hill rises about 16 feet, 5 meters among the redder layers outcrop material of the Mare Formation on the lower Mount Sharp. Ooh, that looks cool. Here's another picture of a dune and more pictures. Ooh, There's another one. Ooh, this is interesting. The rover imaged these drifting clouds on the 2,405th day, Martian day or so of the mission using its black and white navigation cameras. So that's cool. Let me zoom out here so you can see the whole thing. Ooh, that's interesting. And then you got more dunes stitched together from 28 images. This view shows part of the geologic features called the green hue pediment. Well, there you have it. This little robot, he's doing his thing up there. He's like, doo doo doo, I'm just gonna take pictures. La la la. It's so cool. I love that stuff. Let's see here. Get back to the chat. Okay, so Rascally Rabbit says the Mars helicopter thing lands and launches middle of February. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Mispronounced says Photoshop is no place on Mars. Okay. Bone says, is flat Mars a thing? Or does that just apply to Earth? Oh my God. Oh no. I don't even want to address this. Oh no. Let's see here. He says it's all flat once you are standing on it. Yeah. Darren says, I think we all live on disc worlds. Yeah. Disc worlds. No. Damn it, they're round. Okay. Shouldn't smash my desk. But yeah. Here we go. Slash Mode Productions. Hello. Thank you for being here. Is asking if everyone got their stimulus checks. I don't know. I don't live in the US, so I don't qualify. 16-bit mascot. Hello, dear. Hello. Thank you for being here. Mars equals dirt and rocks, pretty much. Well, yeah. I mean, most planets that are, not Earth are like that. Pretty much. 16-bit mascot says, well beyond Earth orbit, other than the gas giants, you pretty much just have either rocky planets, rock planets with ice, with heavy ice, or a combination of thereof includes moons, etc. Yeah, that's why Earth is special, because we have life here and water. Well, of course, there's definitely theories now that there's water on Moon and Mars. Well, not theories. Actually, there's evidence now. It's not just theories. But not as much as Earth. Not as much as Earth. We still got the monopoly on that. There's a few exceptions, places like Titan with thick atmosphere, but you're not gonna find much else. Yeah, that's why we are Earth. Yeah, it is beautiful, Zero. I agree. It's hypnotic to look at sometimes. I'm just like, I just love space. Bowen says, rest in peace and tear Curiosity from. He's still there. King Crow, hello. Kaka, ahoy. There, Nina and chat. Well, kaka to you too, my friend, and thank you for being here. Flat Mars is real. No. I need that clip now from Michael Jordan that John plays all the time. Stop it. Get some help. No. Sorry. No. The moon is also. Stop it. Get some help. No. No, you guys. Stop. What the heck? Memes is asking, or says, should we adopt the metric system? We did the calculations for Mars in feet and programmed it in meters. Son of a gun, faceplant. I don't know what to say to that. Probably a good idea. It probably would be a good idea, but I mean, you haven't so far, so I don't see how you would now. I don't know. I don't know. Bone saying he hasn't received this check yet. A lot of people haven't. A lot of people I've spoken to still haven't. 16-bit mascot says they also theorize of water under the surface of Europa's thick ice. Yes, they do. But we just can't get there or do anything about it. Yeah, not yet anyway. Not yet. But soon, maybe. Soon. Elon's working on it. Elon is working on it. Bone says that was a Doom reference. Oh. Damn. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. Nerd Cookies was here. She would have gotten it. I'm sorry. 16-bit says the moon is just a hole in the sky that is pointing directly and purely flat surface underneath. Moon's flatness equals solved. Yeah. The sun is also round, just saying. Damn it. Damn. All these people. All right, let's get into some more crazy scientific news that Kai sent me. I have a few more articles, but let's get into this one. And if I have time, I'll read the other ones too. But let's see. But this might be the last one for today. Let's see here. Physicists find a new state of matter in one-dimensional quantum gas beyond my wildest conceptions. Woo! Love this shit. Fractals, I love it. All right, here we go. By adding, I need some caffeine. The nectar of the gods. Coffee really is the nectar of the gods. Kaylee's asking, have you been to Mars? I haven't, but it's definitely flat. That's interesting. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. By adding some magnetic flare to an exotic quantum experiment, physicists produced an ultra-stable, one-dimensional quantum gas with never-before-seen scar states, a feature that could someday be useful for securing quantum information. That's interesting. Fair warning, I haven't read this this article pre doing the show. So this is a live reaction of my reaction to this. As the story goes, the Greek mathematician and thinker Archimedes came across the invention while traveling through ancient Egypt that would later bear his name. It was a machine consisting of a screw housed inside a hollow tube that trapped and drew water upon rotation. Now, researchers led at the Stanford University physicist Benjamin Lev have developed a quantum version of Archimedes' screw that instead of water hauls fragile collection of gas atoms to higher and higher energy states without collapsing. Their discovery is detailed in a paper published today, January 14th, in Science. So this is the experiment. Experimental physicists have made a unique one-dimensional quantum gas system that remains unusually stable as it's pumped up to higher energy states. The research compares to the water being transported up Archimedes' screw. Whoa. That's trippy. My expectations for our system was that the stability of the gas would only shift a little, said Lev, who is an associate professor of applied physics and of physics in the School of Humanities and Sciences at Stanford. I did not expect that I would see a dramatic, complete stabilization of it. That was beyond my wildest conceptions. Oh, okay. So he really didn't think that it would become stable. That was really interesting. I wanted to speak, is it because it's continuously flowing? Kind of reminds me of that water thing too, with the water that just continuously flows. I forget that guy's study for that guy. I know you guys are like, what's she talking about? I'm sorry. There's this theory where it talks about how like everything, like water and everything, flows a certain way. So like that pattern is in nature and everything like that, like the spiraling water thing. So I wonder if that's created in this and makes the gas become stabilized because of that, because that, like, you know, the universe kind of runs along the same, it does the same things for different, like for everything, basically. I don't know if that made any sense. I'm sorry if it makes no sense. It makes sense in my brain. But anyway, along the way, the researchers also observed the development of scar states, extremely rare trajectories of particles in an otherwise chaotic quantum system in which the particles repeatedly retrace their steps like tracks overlapping in the woods. Scar states are of particular interest because they may offer a protected refuge for information encoded in the quantum system. The existence of scar states within a quantum system with many interacting particles known as quantum many-body system has only recently been confirmed. The Stanford experiment is the first example of the scar state in many-body quantum gas and only the second ever real-world sighting of the phenomena. Super and stable. Lev specializes in experiments that extends our understanding of how different parts of the quantum many-body system settle into the named temperature or thermal equilibrium. This is an exciting area of investigation because resisting this so-called thermalization is key to creating stable quantum systems that could power new technologies such as quantum computers. That's freaking amazing. In this experiment, the team explored what would happen if they tweaked a very unusual many-body experiment system called a super Tonks Guerriero gas. These are highly excited one-dimensional quantum gases. Atoms is a gaseous state that are confined to a single line of movement that have been turned in such a way that their atoms develop extremely strong attractive forces to one another. What's super about them is that even under extreme forces, they theoretically should not collapse into a ball-like mass like normal attractive gases will. However, in practice, they do collapse because of experimental imperfections. Lev, who has a penchant for strongly magnetic element dysprosium, wondered what would happen if he and his students created a super Tonks Guerriero gas with dysprosium atoms and alter their magnetic orientations just so perhaps they would resist collapse just a little bit better than non-magnetic gases. That's interesting. The magnetic interactions we were able to add were very weak compared to the attractive interactions already present in the gas. So our expectations were that not much would change. We thought it would still collapse, just not quite so readily, said Lev, who is also a member of Stanford Ginston Lab and Q Farm. Wow, were we wrong? The dysprosium variations ended up producing super Tonks Guerriero gas that remains stable no matter what. The researchers flipped the atomic gas between the attractive and repulsive conditions, elevating or screwing the system into higher and higher energy states, but the atom still didn't collapse. Wow. Building from the foundation. While there were no immediate practical applications of their discovery, the Lev Lab and their colleagues are developing science necessary to power the quantum technology revolution that many depict as coming. For now, said Lev, the physics of quantum many-body systems out of equilibrium remain consistently surprising. Yeah, that's very true. There's no textbook yet on the shelf that you can pull off and tell you how to build your own quantum factory. Not yet, anyways, not yet. If you compare quantum science to where we were when we discovered what we needed to know to build chemical plants, say, it's like we're doing the late 19th century work right now. Yeah, makes sense. We're just at the beginning of so many of these things, so many of these discoveries. These researchers are only beginning to examine the many questions they have about their quantum Archimedes screw, including how to mathematically describe these scar states, and if the system does not thermalize, which it might eventually, how it goes about doing that. More immediately, the plan is to measure the momentum of the atoms, is to scar states, to begin to develop a solid theory about why their system behaves the way it does. The results of these experiments were so unanticipated that Lev says he can't strongly predict what the new knowledge will come from deeper inspection of quantum Archimedes screw. But that, he points out, is perfect experimentalism at its best. Well, that's what science is supposed to be about, right? Theorizing, doing experiments, figuring out what works, what doesn't work, and then doing more experiments. That's why it's always ever evolving. And it's always changing, or it's supposed to be anyway. This is one of the few times in my life where I've actually worked on an experiment that was truly experimental and not demonstrational of existing theory. I didn't know what the answer would be beforehand, said Lev. That's experimental physics. Then we found something that was truly new and unexpected, and that makes me say, yay, experimentalists. Yes, that was great. That was great. Thank you, Kai. It just, yeah. Holy shit. I love quantum physics. This is why my name is Nina Infinity, because I love quantum physics. I love alternate realities. I love all that kind of stuff. It just it takes me to that level of thinking about the future, thinking about, all that kind of stuff. Hey, Will. Hello. Hello, how are you? Glad to see you here. Thank you for being here. And how much of what you read how much of what you just read did you actually understand? Because you could rarely even say it. Yeah, it's hard for me to read scientific journals and articles on the fly. But I did actually understand most of it. I'm gonna read it again. I love scientific news. It makes me happy. It makes me happy that people are working and experimenting on that kind of stuff. Most of the time, sometimes I'm like, please, don't kill us all with your experimentations, because especially when, I got a little hair on here. Experimentations with robotics and stuff like that. I'm like, oh God, we're all gonna die. But no, I do understand some of it. I like quantum theory. I read a lot about it. So yeah, I'm not that much of an idiot. Well, yeah. So anyways, Miss Martin uses. Hi, Teresa. Hello. Thank you for being here. Mispronounce says that should be my name, Infinite Mispronounce, because I freaking mispronounce everything. So they can put a lot more money in research of this, especially in times like now where people don't need it. It may one day lead to the invention of the wheel. Well, here's the thing. I kind of disagree with you on this one, because you need you need something to look forward to. You need science in order to advance society. So if we're kind of like stuck in where like, and stagnant where we are technologically and scientifically and like everything like that, we're never going to move forward. We're going to move backwards. So like, I don't agree that like, you can't like, or you shouldn't fund these kind of studies because we don't really need it right now. Like we need more stuff because, people are, they're like waiting for the stimulus checks. But listen, there has to be something to look forward to. There has to be a future. If there's like, if there's none, then what the hell is the point of it all, right? And like when people make discoveries like this that leads to quantum computing and that leads to, those kind of things, that could create the new future where we don't need to depend on the government for certain things, or like, that creates the technology that we need in order to be able to get out of this mess, because that's what inventions and human ingenuity is all about. And we can't do that unless we do experiments and unless we follow the science and try to expand our mind. Because if we're stagnant, we're never going to change. It's just always going to be the same. And in fact, we might move backwards. So I do believe that this kind of stuff is important personally. I've had this discussion with John too, like John talks on Infinite Talk, because he used to say like, and I think he still thinks it, that that going to space, for example, like that funding space programs and stuff like that is a waste of money, because right now, like we need other things. Like there's other things that you should be doing with the money. And I disagree. Like he and I agree on a lot of stuff, but we don't agree on that, because I think that like what I just said, we need to be able to move forward. Technology needs to move forward in order for us to be able to evolve as a human species, so we can evolve our minds. We can't just sit here and be like, well, like we need we need this, so we can't think about this right now. And that's just my personal belief. I like science. I like science, as Spock says. I'm into science, man. I'm into science. Rascally Rabbit says, keep reading, Nina. I'm listening. Well, I did. I hope you understood half of the stuff I said. Yeah. Wait, what? Hold on. We're just like puff energy and stuff, man. I know, right? We're just like energies of man. It's all about like the mind, man. You gotta let it go, man. Yeah, like you gotta keep your mind open. I'm sorry. I'm just like I'm into this stuff. If you don't, then what the hell is the point? We need to have a future for our children and our children's children, so that they can they can just do something with their lives. Like they're not going to do anything with their lives if they have nothing to look forward to. We need more scientists. We need people to do stuff. I'm trying to pull up another article that Kai sent me, which I thought was cool. Just to scroll up a little bit. My email's not loading. Come on, Twitter. Stop being stupid. Let's see what other people have to say while freaking Twitter loads. Oh, Zagrat, I don't know if I said hi to you, but hello again. Rascally Rabbit says, in 2025, renewable energy, sun, solar, wind, water power will exceed oil. Yeah, it might. Yeah, if they keep improving it, if they keep working on it, I agree. 16-bit mascot says, I agree. Science is the key to all the big issues everyone brings up. The issue right now is how it's funded and who will initially own or use said breakthroughs. Yeah, I mean, that's always the case, especially with big corporations at the helm, because most of the studies being funded are by corporations. So yeah. Will says, if John thinks the moon landings were a waste of money, show him a list of all the things that got invented because of NASA space program. It's crazy how much everyday stuff I'm guessing you say we use come from that. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't know if he thinks that was a waste of money, but he thinks now because we need certain things that, like, like so much money shouldn't be going into space programs and stuff like that, which I disagree. As he likes to use that clip that's like, I disagree. Yeah, so we've had a little bit of a heated debate about it on his channel a couple of times. But I think he's coming around to my idea because like he was like, he's coming around to my idea because Earth has gone so freaking insane that he's like, get me off this freaking planet. So now he's like, now I get why you want to get off the planet because it's freaking insane over here. And I kind of agree with that too. So I think he's on board. I think he's on board. Like if tomorrow they were like, let's go to the moon, I think John would be on board. He'll be like, yeah, let's go. King Crow says, I'm moving out of the city, building a log cabin in the woods, be one with nature and all of that. That's great. That's amazing. I used to live in the woods. I know that sounds really bad. I used to live in a cabin in the woods on top of the mountain in Canada. It was great. It was amazing. I've had some of my best memories are on that land. We had like 20 acres in the middle of nowhere. I have bear stories. I have wolf stories, which I'm trying to find this freaking wolf story that Kai sent me. And Twitter's being annoying right now. Won't let me bring up this wolf story. Come on, wolf. There you are. Ooh, please let me click on this. Okay, great. I got it. What a great transition into the story. But yeah, like I have wolf stories. I have like bear stories. I have all sorts of crazy stories, deer stories. I used to be able to like look at deer on a daily basis. And we actually saw like a generation of deer because this deer family would always come to our land. And like every spring they would bring their babies and like the little fawns, and they're like, they look like baby, it was so cute. And like they would come so close because like they knew, like I guess they can sense that like, we weren't any danger and everything. So they would just come like so close to us. I pet like one of the baby deers because he was so cute. And then, so I have a lot of stories, and I love nature. I just love nature. Nature is one of the most amazing things. Let me drink more of my coffee, the nectar of the gods here. 16-bit mascot says, initially their goal was merely to hit the moon with a rocket. Tried many times. Crazy math, but yeah, it takes overcoming challenges, sometimes seemingly arbitrary, to drive ourselves and innovate. Yeah. I mean, look at that story we read earlier about that astronaut guy. Like he was a farmer, and he was like he had a dream to go into space, and if he was like, well, I don't have any money to go to space, and it's kind of like a waste. I'm just gonna keep farming. And he would have just, farmed for the rest of his life, and he wouldn't have seen Earth from space, like it's just one of those things. Like you gotta put in the work if you want something, if you want to achieve something, and the human species has to put in the work. And if we want to evolve, if we want the next phase in our evolution to come, we have to put in the work. And right now, it's not looking good. That's why I try to like focus on these kind of things, because I think it's good when we read about some of the good things people are doing, like scientists and stuff like that. King Crow says, I'm going to start a sawmill company. Well, good for you, man. Good for you. I hope you do well. I don't know if you're going to have internet up there. We had to get satellite internet when I lived up at in the mountains. there was no internet. They did not have the city lines for the internet wouldn't come up there. So we had to have satellite internet. And it was really funny because my satellite internet, like we always had a delay. So when I played games online, which I did on satellite internet, I would always like be like 2 seconds behind everybody else. And people would always make fun of me. But I didn't care. I could still have fun. As long as you have internet, I guess it was pretty good. But at the time, this was years ago, we definitely it was very, and it was freaking expensive to have satellite internet. It was not cheap. I can tell you that. I wonder if that's changed now. I wonder if the city has ran up internet lines to up there. They wouldn't do it because it was way too far up the mountain. Yeah, it was and it was like a different municipality. You had to go get and it was farmland, so you had to go get permits and all this stuff. That's crazy. It's crazy. It's a totally different game when you live on the land and stuff like that. And I learned from this native guy how to shoot bow and arrow. So that's how I know, because I used to live up there. And he taught me how to shoot a bow and arrow and everything. So I'll be ready when the purge comes. Never mind. Bone says we wouldn't have delicious moon pies without those brave astronauts and scientists. It's a nice way of looking at it. I like moon pies. Rascally Rabbit says we're not built for zero gravity. It's a thing. Well, if you watch The Expanse, the Belters, that's how they live. They live in zero G. 16-bit mascot says, yeah, we either have to create a nice false gravity environments or living in space is not going to be wanted by most. Well, maybe not. There's a lot of people that like that kind of idea to live in space. King Crow says, I've studied shamanism for years. Crow is my brother, hence the name. That's so cool. Have you read Carlos Castaneda? Because I love Carlos Castaneda, Don Juan. Some of my favorite stories are about Don Juan, the shaman, and how he turns Carlos Castaneda into a shaman, the Nagual and all that. I love Carlos Castaneda. 16-bit mascot says the true way we would explore space would likely be probes, as has already been done. Maybe AI-driven vessels. AI-driven vessels. It's unrealistic to think that we'll hop in a tin can and actually fly to other stars. I agree with you. I think that there needs to be a lot more advancement. Well, this is what it means to have advancement, though. These the quantum computing and all that stuff is gonna level out into different things. So anti-grav, and that kind of stuff. Like when we get to those kind of technologies, then we're not really using rockets anymore. So, when technology changes, it'll be much easier to go into space and do certain things. Yep. Got my coffee over here. It's great. Although it's a little cold now, but I still like it. I don't care. Hey, Subhuman. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for joining our discussion. We're just talking about space. I do have one more article I'm going to share with you guys in just 1 second. Let me just make sure I've caught up with the chat. Hoping to self-sustain with the Sawmill Company and drawing comics. You know what, man? Honestly, cheers. Cheers to you. And I freaking hope that you do it. I always talk about decentralization and self-sustaining and all that good stuff. So I am with you. You go, you do your thing, man. You do your thing. I'm so happy that you're doing that. That's great. I wish you all the luck in the world. Kai says, I want to go into space, but not on a rocket. I agree. I'm waiting for anti-grav. Come on, anti-grav. Let's go. Nina has Cowboy Bebop poster. Nina has a Cowboy Bebop poster, and I want it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I do. I love Cowboy Bebop, and I love Faye. She's my favorite, and Major Kusanagi. She's also my favorite. She's great. Yeah, she's yeah. I love these animes. They're great. Bone says, thank you, life will be blessed at Black Feather Ranch. Oh, I love that name. That's great. I'm so happy for you. That's gonna be great. You're going on such an adventure. I love that. All right, let me pull up this last article here that I got for us today. We were talking about stuff on the land, and I have wolf stories, but here is an interesting wolf story. Let me put my cup down. God, I love coffee. So good. All right. Like that picture too. All right. So it says, the legendary dire wolf may not have been a wolf at all. I love dire wolves. They're so cool. But apparently they're not wolves. Predators and Game of Thrones appeared wolves out with mammoth and saber-toothed cats at the end, thought to be close cousins of gray wolves. Now, the first analysis of a dire wolf DNA finds they instead traveled a lonely evolutionary path. They are so different from other wolves, coyotes, and dogs that they don't belong in the genus that includes these animals. Instead, researchers argue they need an entirely new scientific classification. Wow. Like, that's crazy. It's a fascinating study that reveals just how distinct dire wolves were, says Robert Dundas, a veritable paleontologist and experts of animals, California State University, Fresno, who was not involved with the work. You know what that kind of reminds me of too? Like, speaking of anime and wolves and stuff, it reminds me of Princess Mononoke and how she the wolf, the dire wolf queen that that the princess like was her mom, and like basically they were like the gods, and like the god nature gods or whatever, and that like the queen, the wolf queen was like massive. It was like a dire wolf. But they were able to like mentally communicate and speak and everything like that. So like I find that kind of stuff fascinating, and I think this is fascinating that they weren't actually wolves. They were like, they're different. Archaeologists know dire wolves lived in North America from about 250,000 years to 13,000 years ago. They were about 20% bigger than today's gray wolves. The size of their skeletons always gives them away, and like other wolves, they probably traveled in packs hunting down bison, ancient horses, and perhaps even small mammoths and mastodons. Many followed their prey into this sticky asphalt of what are now Los Angeles's LA bear tar pits, where they were trapped for ages. Hundreds of dire wolf skulls line the walls of the California Museum. But that's where most knowledge stops, because the skeletons of dire wolves are similar to those of gray wolves. The two animals were considered closely related. Scientists have long classified dire wolves as Canis dirus, putting them in the same genus as gray wolves, coyotes, and dogs. But the one thing that could have sealed the deal, dire wolf DNA, had been broken down by the tar of the pits. In the new study, researchers scoured North America, trying to extract genetic examples from dozens of dire wolves' remains at universities and museums. They recovered about 1/4 of the nuclear genome and the full mitochondrial DNA across 5 individuals, ranging age from about 13,000 to more than 50,000 years old. The genetic material revealed a new evolutionary family tree, and a surprise, dire wolves occupy their own lineage, separate from those that gave rise to the African jackals, gray wolves, coyotes, and dogs by nearly 6 million years. The team reports today in Nature, even though they look like wolves, dire wolves actually have nothing to do with wolves, says Angelica Pieri, a zooarchaeologist at Durham University and one of the study's lead authors. Pieri and her colleagues also recovered proteins from the collagen of the LA bear dire wolf, which supports the split between the species. The mounting evidence has convinced the team to recommend taking dire wolves out of the Canis genus entirely and putting them elsewhere in the larger canid family, which in addition to wolves and coyotes includes foxes, jackals, and other dog-like carnivores. Dire wolves would become oh my God, what is this word? Enocean Darius, the designation proposed in 1918, but that scientists largely discarded. The Enocean genus was left in the historical dustbin, but it can be resurrected, says Xiaoming Wang, a veritable paleontologist and expert of ancient canids at the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County. Based on the genetic data this team presents, I would support the reclassification. Anyways, you guys get the point. Yeah, so apparently they were different. The same but different, kind of. Interesting. Interesting stuff. Yeah, so let me just check with the chat again here. She's your favorite? Yeah, she's my favorite. That's funny. Rascally Rabbit says, dragons take too long to train. I don't have one. I've never trained one. Kai says, have you seen Wolves train? Yes, I have. I cried in that anime. That anime is freaking emotional. My goodness. It really affected me. It was weird too, because I was like, I'm not gonna watch this. This looks stupid. Like at first when I started watching it, I was like, it looks stupid. But man, does it have a good story. That was a good anime. 16-bit mascot says, in terms of the animal kingdom evolution, 6 million years doesn't feel like a ton of time. I was waiting for them to say they had a third set of legs or something. Yeah, I know. It's just weird too, because they look exactly the same, and they do they're basically the same, but they're not. This is there's just one thing off. But I guess that's that's enough. That's enough for it to be different. I don't know. That's interesting to me. I think that it's weird because it makes sense because we have to distinguish what is what, but at the same time I feel like not who cares, but it's a freaking wolf. It looks like a wolf, but it's not a wolf. Apparently, it's not a wolf. I guess it's weird because what if some aliens are experimenting on us, and they're like, these aren't humans. This is not a human, but this is a human, but it looks exactly the same as us. I don't know. My mind goes into weird places. I'd be like, what is a human? It's what if an alien is looking at an android and it's made out of organic, everything we're made out of, but it doesn't quite have the same DNA, but it has consciousness. So does that make it human? I don't know. I'm going on a totally different route here. Doesn't make any sense. They can't breed and Kai says they can't breed and produce offspring with wolves. They can't? Why not? Wouldn't they just have like wouldn't they just have like a hybrid? Like a hybrid? I don't know. Why wouldn't they be able to? Maybe they're just like, I was gonna say that they're just too big. I don't know. This is not good. Vistra, hi Vistra. Hello. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we've talked about a lot actually, Vistra. You basically kind of missed the whole show, but I'm really glad that you're here. I hope that you end up watching, like rewinding and watching it, because I talked about a lot of good things. But if you don't, I'm going to try and condense it to a little one, like a little Infinite Hope thing, so that, people who don't want to watch a 2-hour live stream of Infinite Hope can still get their good news. But it's condensed. And once again, guys, if you are so inclined, please leave a tip so that, I know that you are appreciative of me and I'm appreciative of you. Thank you so much. I also have a tea store. It's in the description as well. So if you're interested, you can take a look at some of my teas. Yeah, so the tip jar thing is in the description as well. Let's see, do I have anything else to talk about here? Let me just look quickly. I don't think I have anything else. I'm just going to check and make sure that. Okay, yeah, no, we're good. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just checking to make sure everything's good on my side. And yeah, okay, so I'm going to tell you guys what's going on with me for the next week, so that we can hang out more. So tomorrow, that's going to be exciting. It's going to be really exciting. Tomorrow, for the Rogue Entertainment crew that I do on Saturdays, it's going to be my 1K celebration party. Yay! It's going to be amazing. Yay, 1K. Thank you so much, everybody, for subbing to me. And if you haven't, please subscribe. You know that button. There's a button down there. Press it and subscribe to the channel. And also, there will be a special guest. I'm usually on his channel, but he's going to come on my channel. And it's going to be the Rogue crew. And John's going to stop by. He said he's down to party. So he's going to come party. And yeah, so it'll be fun. It'll be fun. There's going to be a bunch of people there. It's going to be fun. It's exciting. We're going to probably talk about stupid stuff, and have some drinks. I told Jane to bring drinks, and we know how Jane gets when she gets, when she, and she, if she can super chat John to drink. Well, actually, she won't be able to super chat yet, but you can drop tips. You can drop tips. Maybe we can get John to have some hiccups. I don't think he will do it, but you never know. But anyways, it'll be fun. It'll be a fun show tomorrow. Then on Sunday, Miss is asking what time is it? It's at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have so much fun. Usually is. Rogue Entertainment is usually around 7 or 7:30 Eastern, but I made this one for 7, so hopefully I'll be on time. Yeah, it should be fun. We'll just be partying and like talking about like stupid stuff like an entertainment and anything like that. We're not going to talk about anything too heavy. We're just going to have fun. King Crow says good stream. Well, thank you very much. It was fun. Kai says it's more like ducks and platypus. I love platypus. I think they're cute. Everybody says they're ugly, but I love platypus. They're so cute. Darren says wolf versus dire wolf, like Neanderthal versus man. Similar, but different. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, that's funny. Darren, that's funny because in Sliders, like it's like the Neanderthals and like how they went, like, in another reality that like they became the Cro-Mags, like, like their evolution, like I don't know if you've ever seen Sliders, but they were like the Cro-Mags or whatever. And that I love that show. It was a good show until the end. The end they kind of fucked it up, but yeah, so Sunday I'm gonna have the stream with Jane on my channel again, probably around 7. We're gonna talk about The Expanse. We're gonna talk about the new episode of The Expanse. It's gonna be fun. And then on Monday, I have Dark Matter Mondays with PJ on Orville Nation's channel. Where we talk about Dark Matter with Joseph Malassi, the show creator, and he brings on actors from the show and stuff like that. So I wonder if anyone else cool will be joining us on Mondays. PJ usually announces that on Sundays and stuff. Then there is what else? What else is going on? I forget what else is going on. But yeah, so like just. There's lots of stuff going on. But most importantly, tomorrow's my celebration stream. So everybody come hang out with me tomorrow. It'll be fun. Darren says, I've seen Sliders. It was good. Yeah, especially for first two seasons. First two seasons were freaking fantastic. Just freaking awesome. Bone says, great stream, Nina. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm getting used to like streaming by myself. It was a little nerve-wracking at first because it was like who am I talking to? I'm talking to a camera. Like it's weird. But then like I'm a talkative person, so it's like once you get me going, I'm like blah 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 blah. I don't shut up. Like it's been 2 hours. It doesn't feel that way. But yeah. So, anyways, thank you all for being here. The show is gonna end. Don't forget, there's always hope. There's always hope. Don't worry. Next Friday, I'll be back and we'll talk more about hopeful stuff. And it'll be fun. It'll be great. It'll be fantastic. Let me find my outro here. Okay, great. So thank you again for joining me today. And do something nice for someone. Give them a hug if you're around your family member. If you're not, be nice to people online. Don't try and, convince anyone of your ideas when, you have your own ideas. That's cool. Just don't try and be like abrasive about it to other people. Just be nice. Be nice. Everybody be kind. Be kind to one another. And let's practice some kindness. So yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great day. And we out. I didn't end the stream. I was talking to you guys in chat.